They say the walls in an old house can whisper secrets, but I never thought I'd hear mine. In the middle of a stormy night, they say the walls in an old house can whisper secrets, but I never thought I'd hear mine. In the middle of a stormy night, the rain pounded against the windows, and the wind howled through the empty streets of my suburban town. I wrapped my shawl tighter around my shoulders and tried to convince myself that it was just my imagination. Yet, somewhere between the distant thunder and the flicker of candlelight, I thought I heard my name being called. Clara, it whispered, soft, almost mournful. My heart skipped a beat, and I froze in place, staring at the shadows dancing on the walls. It had to be nothing, I told myself. After all, I had been alone since the divorce, living in this apartment that suddenly felt bigger and emptier than ever. Every creak of the floor, every sigh of the wind seemed magnified in my ears. I poured a cup of tea, trying to calm my racing heart, but the whisper returned, faint yet unmistakable. Clara. I gripped the cup so tightly my knuckles turned white. The storm outside mirrored the storm inside me. Was it a trick of the mind, the lonely nights, or something else I didn't want to know? I turned off the candle, sat in darkness, and tried to listen for anything more. That was when I realized the whisper had stopped, only to be replaced by a soft knock at the window. The next few nights became a blur of fear and confusion. Small things began to move when I wasn't looking. A book would be slightly shifted on the shelf. The lamp left on in a room I hadn't entered. A faint scent of perfume I didn't recognize lingering in the air. And then the messages began. Unknown numbers, texts that made my stomach twist. I see you. You're not alone. My phone vibrated constantly. But when I tried to trace the numbers, there was nothing. I told myself it must be some prank. Maybe a friend of my ex trying to get a reaction. But the feelings of being watched didn't fade. Every night, the whispers grew louder. The knocks more insistent, shadows more pronounced. One evening, I found a note slipped under my door. You can't hide from yourself. My breath caught in my chest. Who was this? And what did it want? That night, I lay in bed listening. The storm raged on outside, rain pelting against the roof like 1,000 tiny drums. Then, clear as day, I heard it my name, stretched and twisted by some cruel echo. Clara. My eyes darted around the dark room, but nothing moved. The air was heavy, almost suffocating. Something was in my apartment with me, and it wasn't human. I could feel it. I decided I needed proof. Setting up my phone cameras around the apartment, I waited through the night. Every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of shadow made my heart race. When I reviewed the footage the next morning, my stomach dropped. Blurred shadows moved across the living room. Mirrors reflected shapes that didn't belong. And one camera even caught what looked like a figure standing behind me when I was alone in the kitchen. I tried calling the police, but my phone line was dead. The internet had cut off entirely. Panic clawed at my chest. Memories of my recent divorce, the isolation, the nights spent crying alone, they all came rushing back. And now, this. Was I losing my mind? Or was there really someone, or something else? A note appeared on my door that night, different from the first. You can't run from yourself. My hands shook as I picked it up. Every instinct screamed at me to leave, to run far away. But I stayed. I had to know. Midnight arrived, and I sat in the dark, waiting. I set my phone cameras, lights off, only the candle flickering beside me. And then I saw a figure emerging from the foggy glow outside the window. Its movements eerily fluid. I'm always here, it whispered. I stepped closer, trying to confront it. And then, horror gripped me. The shadow in the room wasn't a stranger. It was me, a distorted reflection of myself, twisted, mocking, whispering all the things I had tried to forget. The divorce, the loneliness, the regrets, they all came alive in this shadow. And for the first time, I understood. The whispers, the shadows, the notes. They weren't coming from an intruder. They were coming from my own fears, my own guilt, everything I had buried deep inside. I trembled, tears streaking down my face, caught between terror and clarity. The shadow reacted to my movements, almost aware, almost alive. I wanted to scream, to run, but the air felt heavy with expectation, demanding that I face it. I took a shaky breath and stood tall. "I'm not afraid," I whispered to the reflection. For the first time, I looked into its eyes, my eyes, and accepted everything I had been avoiding. The whisper slowed, then faded completely. "You are stronger than you think," the voice said, soft, almost kind. The rain stopped. The candlelight steadied. I opened the window, letting the crisp morning air flood in. Light spilled across the room, chasing away the shadows that had haunted me for nights. For the first time in months, I felt free. Sometimes the scariest ghosts live within us, but facing them, that's how we finally find peace. I smiled softly, a quiet, steady kind of strength settling into my chest. The world outside seemed brighter, calmer, alive with possibility, and I finally knew that I could move forward, no matter what had come before.